to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
Welcome back, my friends. It has been a wild start to our month of April, and this Wednesday is no different. We're dealing with a mixture of precipitation this morning, but as that exits, the winds have really picked up. So let's take a peek here at Rochester throughout the overnight, coming into the morning. Almost looks a little foggy there, but yeah, it was because clouds were hanging a little low. We had snow, but over the course of these just last few hours, if you noticed, all of the white, all the snow from last night just continues to melt away. Roadways are dry. Now, the same can't necessarily be said a little further to the east, where we are still seeing some snowfall, a little bit of mixed precipitation spinning through the area. Some roads still in the pink, that means completely covered. The blue ones, meaning that the roads are wet, they may have a little ice, they may have a little slush as some of this continues to spin through. Each of those orange circles is a plow out there trying to make this as smooth as possible for our lunch destinations. Moving over to the temperatures, most of us have moved up into the 40s, which is good news. Mason City, Owatonna, both at 43 degrees. We'll add Austin to the list as well. Still lagging a little behind in Rochester at 38, Charles City 39, but that is still above freezing, just below normal for this time of the year. The main concern isn't so much these temperatures though, it's the winds. 36-mile-per-hour winds sustained. This is not a gust. This is the wind right now blowing in Rochester, Charles City as well, coming almost straight in from the colder north. And these winds will stick with us as we head through the afternoon, with gusts here in the top pointing to closer to 50 miles per hour possible. And that stays over the next 7 hours. It's not really until the sun sets we lose a little energy that the winds finally begin to start to settle down. It is the reason why this wind advisory will remain in effect until 10 p.m. this evening, as those gust chances remain 40 to 50 miles per hour. This is all across the area. It extends to the north, the west, the south, and the east. Speaking of the east, I'll step out of the way here so we can see what is left over. Again, drier air is moving in. We're seeing sunshine start to peek through in some places, not to mention a ton of it even further to the west. I am going to zoom things out though so we can see just the sheer magnitude of this particular system. The center of the low pressure system hasn't moved much from yesterday, and that is why we're still stuck in the spin. So if I close in on some areas just to take a peek, places like Spring Valley probably seeing a few flakes left over. Meanwhile, Charles City getting maybe a little more of the drizzle as temperatures stay above freezing. Sky Tracker 3 does show that the spin continues, the winds continue into this afternoon, but eventually this snow starts to move away and the clear skies begin to move. It's just going to take some time. So the next 3 days feature mostly cloudy skies on Thursday with some breaking apart. By Friday, the sunshine is back and the temperatures are finally on their way up. Annalise, the 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view, gives me a lot of smiles here because we do get that sunshine to finish the week, to start the weekend, but we also do have some additional rain chances we're tracking as we get late into the weekend because we still need that moisture.
And that just feels more spring-like, the rain over the snow.
Absolutely, and with the temperatures staying above freezing, well above freezing, that chance for rain is looking to be more likely than snow.
All right, thank you, Sarah.